So hello and welcome to part 5 of the ongoing AS and A-Level Python series, and in this episode we are going to be looking at Python numbers. Alright, so to get started, you realize that I have a file going on here, and the name of my file is actually Python underscore numbers, is it? So the reason why I named it that is because there's actually another file that is built within Python called numbers, and if you are to name your particular file as numbers .py, it's going to basically override the file that comes built in into Python already. So in order to avoid any such conflict, you might want to choose a different file name, and in this case I just chose Python numbers. So this is going to be a short tutorial because Python does have three main types of numbers. So it has ints, which are basically integers, it has floats, and it also has something that are called complex numbers, right? But for the purposes of this tutorial, I don't think we'll be looking at complex numbers, is it? So we'll just be focusing on integers and floats. So basically an int could be something like a person's age, right? And it's a number that is of unlimited length. Basically in Python there's no limit to the number of integers that you can have. So for instance, if you can you can declare a constant, an integer called Avogadro's constant. I remember this in chemistry that it was a very large number, is it? So this is actually a number that you can have in Python, something like that. Of course, this is not the actual value of the Avogadro's constant, but it's just an example to show you that an integer in Python can be a number of unlimited length, and Python is not going to have any problems handling that. So maybe you could just go ahead and print Avogadro's constant. So you realize that Python doesn't even complain, it just prints out that number, and it's a very large number, is it? So that's an integer. Then we also have floats. So maybe you could have let's call this one unlimited pi. Unlimited pi, that is the value of the ratio of the radius of a circle to its circumference, the value of pi. So you realize that I just remember the first 4 digits after the decimal for pi, but after that I tend to forget the rest of the digits. But basically pi would be something like this, is it? Because pi is a recurring number, right? It's a decimal that basically has no end to it, right? So Python does not have any problem handling such a long decimal number, as it were. It's still going to be able to print that particular kind of number. So if we were to print unlimited pi, you'd realize that we would still get that number printed out. But of course, I think maybe you realize that it has truncated a few numbers there. So maybe that's something that you would need to take cognizance of the fact of. You cannot, there's a limited number of decimal places that you can have, because I can see here that I've been limited to a specific decimal number. But of course, there's always going to be ways with which you can work with very large numbers. If you can utilize maybe given libraries that come with Python, you can then represent very large decimal numbers. But I think that's just about it for this tutorial. So those are just the basics of the main numbers in Python, integers and floats. Complex numbers are also supported in Python, but they are beyond the scope of the course. Alright, so that's just about it. I'll see you in the next one.